Hey everybody, happy GHSA Dead Week and 4th of July week. I hope we all have a good chance to celebrate our great country and be extremely grateful of all the freedoms that we have here, how blessed we are to be able to live here. Let me walk through the week in terms of what our training priorities ought to be. So, first of all, it's impossible for me to speak to you individually because you're at all very different places in your training, either based upon how long you've been running, or what sort of effort you've made so far this summer to follow our plan. In some cases, been out of your control. You've been on a lot of vacations and camps and all this other sort of stuff. But at any rate, I'll try to cover all the bases so that you know kind of what your game plan should be for the week. So, first of all, I want to speak to the athletes who, so far, this is our fourth week of training. If you so far haven't been super consistent, and by that I mean you've been running 3 days a week or less, you kind of come to practice sometimes others, maybe you run on your own sometimes or others, but if you still are not running consistently yet, the very most important thing that you can do by far, and it's not close, is just get back into the habit of doing regular running. So for you, your goal this week should be to run 5 days this week. That should be like your first goal. And if you get that, it's like, yes, don't really care how far you run. Don't really care how fast you run. I don't care if you do a workout, but you need to get back into the habit of running consistently because that will be very important as we start to inch closer to the school year and regular practices 6 days a week. You can't go from barely running to suddenly doing 6 days a week and have your body be able to catch up with that in a big hurry. And avoid things like being injured and that sort of stuff. So that's the most important thing. If you're not consistently running yet, then like it's time to go. Let's go. I also say for those people, especially those people, please, please, please carve 15 minutes out of your day, hopefully 5 days a week also, to do some core strengthening kind of conditions. Most of you kind of know what to do because we've been doing it now for several years and you're familiar with it. If you're not, you can go to the website, just kind of keep looking around in the cross country area, and you will find several different links that show some really good kind of core and conditioning workouts that you can do to start becoming physically more strong and capable of being able to handle the demands that we're going to have on your young, athletic, growing body over the next several months. Okay, now I want to speak to my younger, newer athletes. So maybe this is your first time doing high school cross country, but you have been showing up and running pretty consistently. So first of all, great job. I think it's awesome that you've been showing up and you've made the commitment. That's really going to help you as the season goes on to kind of find um, kind of whatever may happen, your potential, like what happens when we start to race in the fall. So for you though, if you've been doing it consistently now for 3 weeks, this is a week for you to back off just a little bit. Back off just a little bit. And even if you don't want to, even if you think like, wow, I'm just starting to get fit, I feel good about this, and actually I love to run. Like if there were no cross country, I would run anyway. Um, we're at a point in our training cycle now where you need to back off a little bit. It probably doesn't need to be a ton. So if you're running 5 or 6 days a week, if you're brand new, if you're a freshman, or if this is your first time running, I'm going to suggest you only run 5 days this week. I'm going to suggest you only run 5 days this week. Take off the 4th of July, take off Sunday, and then run the other days of the week. And that gives you that kind of break that you need. Um, if you've been running with the team for quite a while, but for whatever reason you just got out of shape because maybe you didn't do track or maybe you took a much bigger break after track than you should have, I would say, like, I would like to see you still running 5 or 6 days a week if that's what you've gotten comfortable with. But just back off the mileage just a little bit. Maybe it's 5 minutes a run on your 5 or 6 runs during the week, and that will be enough to kind of take down your volume a little bit. And then for everybody this week, no matter kind of where you're at in the cycle, we're really only going to do one, actually, what I would call like a workout. Um, so right now it's on the schedule, it's posted on the website, and here's how the workout should work. So if you're a veteran runner, been doing this for a while, like you're in really good shape, like you're ready to go, Then you're going to do 30 minutes of running, where 3 minutes is going to be on at sort of that long tempo pace we've talked about, that long tempo effort, which on a scale of exertion from zero being sitting on the sofa to 10 being like, oh gosh, please kill me. It's the last 5 meters of an all out 400. It should feel somewhere kind of in that 6, 7 range to where it's just starting to get kind of miserable. Like it's kind of yuck, but you could handle it. You could go a little further, a little faster. So 3 minutes at that pace, and then 3 minutes at regular running pace. So you'll just kind of do those back and forth, 3 minutes on, 3 minutes off until you've completed 30 minutes of running. We'll do a 10-minute warm up and drills and all that stuff before. And if you need to do some cool down after that to hit mileage for the week, appropriate cool down for that particular workout. If you're one of our younger, newer athletes, that would be a pretty big workout for you at this point. So instead, you're going to do a workout to where you're on minutes, where you're just trying a little bit harder. Like you're not doing mile race pace or even 2 mile race pace or even 5K race pace, but you're just trying harder and you're getting that point of exertion in that 6 and 7 zone where it's just starting to feel kind of miserable. You're starting to breathe kind of hard. You could talk in, spits of words, but not long phrases. And you certainly couldn't carry on a conversation. If you're doing that, you're not running hard enough during the pickup. So what I want you to do is a minutes thing where you're going to do 1, 2, 3, 3, 2, 1. So those are your pickups in minutes. And the time in between each one of those pickups, you get half as much of recovery running. So you do your first pickup, which is 1 minute, and you get 30 seconds easy. And then you're going to start again. Then you're going to do 2 minutes of pickup, and then you're going to get 1 minute of easy running. You're going to do 3 minutes pickup. You're going to get a minute and a half of easy running. So I think you figured that thing out. So 1, 2, 3, 3, 2, 1 with half as much easy recovery running in between. And here's a piece of advice for you. If you're new to doing these kinds of workouts, do not overrun the front half of this. Make sure that your pickups in the first half, the 1, 2, and 3 minutes on your way up, what we would call like a ladder. That's a geek running technical term for what this workout would be. As you're going up the ladder, make sure those first pickups aren't too crazy to where you don't get yourself into a bad spot to where on the way back down the ladder when you do the 3, 2, 1, to where you're reduced to just like running easy pace and then your on and off minutes don't look any different because you've kind of gotten over your skis a little bit. So I would like to see you at a point to where the 1, 2, 3 on the front half is definitely under control to where, it's like, yeah, I got this, I can do more. And then your 3, 2, 1 on the downside, like pick it up a little bit. Like maybe not so much on the 3 minutes if you're brand new to this, but on the 2 minutes and the 1 minute, that's not a very long time to have to try hard. So you can maybe try a little bit harder on that. Like not all the way down to like 800 race pace or mile race pace or anything crazy like that, but just a little bit quicker to where you feel good at the end of the workout. Because like we've talked about before, um, cross country races demand that as the race goes on, it gets harder and you must try harder. If you do not try harder, you will slow down. You will be at the end of the race being passed by other team members, other people in the race, as opposed to you being doing the passing and feeling good about yourself and getting points in place for the team and that sort of stuff. So let's try harder on the backside of that. The only other thing that we're doing that's a little different is on our Friday run. Let's finish the last 10 minutes with some pickups. And again, this will go on the website. You can look at what that is. But we'll just do some on-off minutes at the end just to get a little bit of like strider type work. If we were going to be at West Forsyth High School at the track, this would be one of those deals where we would finish at the track and we would probably do a mile or an 800 where we would kind of strider the straights and kind of go easy, jog the curves or whatever. We just want to stay in touch with a little bit of that quicker running. And again, this could be as fast as mile race pace, certainly should be in the zone of 2 mile race pace. Not down to 800 yet. This isn't like a sprint workout, but something that's just like quicker, good form. You're nice and tall. You've got your core stretched out. You're using really good arm mechanics where those elbows are going straight back and your hands are going all the way down from your hips, like up to your chest or higher than that. Hips to lips or something. Good arm mechanics and working on that form because we want to stay in touch a little bit with that quicker running during the week. So I think that that's all I got. Again, it says on the website for our veterans, we want you to back down your mileage a little bit too. So if you are like, junior, senior, sophomores, you've been doing this for a long time, you've been running super consistently this first 3 weeks, easy for me to say. Um, then we do want you to back down just a little bit and maybe just like take 5 miles off for the week. And again, it could be the same thing with the younger runners. You could just maybe knock off 5 minutes on a run. And for the guys who've been trying to gain some mileage by doing doubles, like just let's don't do any doubles this week. Be pretty easy for you to do like 6 miles Monday through Thursday, get 4 or 5 on Friday, and then do a long run that's in the 8 to 10 mile range and still be able to hit the mileage that you need to do without any doubles. So that will take again a little bit of stress out of you, give your body more time in between runs to do some recovery. And then know that when we come back the following week, we're going to go back up to where you were before, or in some cases, maybe even a little higher than that, because we'll be on the next cycle of like raising mileage and intensity, rest and recover a little bit, and then back to the pattern of raising volume and intensity, maybe one or the other, or maybe both, depending upon kind of where you're at in your training program. All right, that's it. Lots of words. I hope you paid attention long enough to get the instruction that you needed. But otherwise, I think I've captured pretty much all of this on the website, but I don't know that I can always count on you reading. And then some of you I know won't watch this video at all, so you'll just go to the website. But one way or the other, hopefully you got the information you need to be able to follow our plan for the week, have a successful week of training, and continue to keep us on track towards where we hopefully end up by the end of the season, which is a really successful season where everybody feels like that they've accomplished what they wanted to get out of the sport, both individually and as a team. All right, so that's it. I'm out. Bye.